gotta keep it going. All right, let's go. It's cool. I'll have like more stuff to watch as we go, though. The main documentary would be cool.
Of the Shadow Isles.
Oh.
Even fewer dare to venture there.
Shadow Isles, let's go. I really want Shurima's story where I could save. Dude, Shurima's story has so much potential. You can literally have like 1 to 2 episodes of old Shurima. I would say the first episode of Shurima is like in the past before Zerath blew it up. Maybe even you can give it 2 episodes to get like the Renekton and the Nasa story in, and then go into the whole like Zerath blowing it up. And then the next episode would be something like Cassiopeia, a bit of Cassiopeia story, a bit of Sivir's story, and at the end of that episode, or like the episode after that, they go into Shurima, and like the episode ends when they open the tomb, and then the next episode is just like the episode ends and it's like you see like Renekton's eyes just like open up from the darkness and shit like that. War with the Kathia would be cool, for sure. Like the Void Wars and shit like that, that would be so fucking cool. Yeah, like so many better stories than Arcane. You know, so many more interesting stories. A lot more fantasy, a lot more war, a lot more battles, a lot more choreography and shit like that. And Arcane was just like, it literally was a drama series about 2 sisters. Like, if you think about, like, overall, right? What did you really get out of Arcane? It was a drama story about 2 sisters. It was like a love triangle between Vi, Jinx, and Caitlyn, right? And side characters. That's what it felt like to me. It was literally about those 3 female characters, which again, yeah, female empowerment, sure, I'm all for it, I don't care. But it's like, the world of Runeterra was not described at all. No major event happened. You could completely ignore everything that happened in Arcane, and the world would not change. Arcane could just not have happened, and the world of Runeterra, on the grand scheme of things, would not happen. All you had to do was say, it's like, yeah, we have Hextech technology, and no one would care. How it came to be, what happened, all that shit, no one would care. Yeah, we have Hextech technology, and that's it. It's just technology in this world. And all the other stories would still make sense, because Arcane random people's now paying attention on Runeterra. I would say people would pay attention regardless of Arcane. It's like, for example, why did the Warcraft movie suck? Because they chose like the worst, the most... I wouldn't say it's the most irrelevant story, but it's like the story that is not the most appealing. The most appealing story for Warcraft movie would have definitely been Arthas. If Warcraft movie was about Arthas, it would have been so much more appealing to so many more people. And not about Warcraft 1. If it was about Warcraft 3 instead of Warcraft 1, the Warcraft movie would have been way more interesting. Same with Arcane. Arcane, again, was a good movie. I think Warcraft movie was also good. And again, was it popular? Yes, of course. But imagine a story that is just way more popular with the player base. Way more characters that people love. What is the... Like, for example, I think like one of the most popular champions that people play would be Zed and Yasuo. If I'm not mistaken, like one of the most popular, like especially mid laners. Though, like, maybe not right now, but they were. So you have already like so many people that want to watch something about Ionia. Right? Not Arcane. It's like, it's just like, I feel like it's not a missed opportunity. Yeah, Yasuo, of course, right? It's like, it's just going to be such an interesting story. Also, people love fucking samurais. Right? It would just be a more interesting story, in my opinion, overall. And you would even get probably even more people. Not Ionia? I don't know, man. Ionia has so much to offer, though. And also, people, like, let's be real. League of Legends, they really love the whole, like, Eastern shit, okay? They love Japan and all that stuff. I think, like, that's also probably, like, why. Right? And also, by the way, the Ionia stuff doesn't even have to be about Ionia. It can be about the first Noxus invasion, which is Noxus and Ionia. It can be such a massive story with 2 massive wars happening, right? And the end of it would be like, let's say how Yasuo's master died with Riven and shit like that, right? I'm just saying, there are just way more interesting stories that build the world better than something like Arcane. Because Arcane didn't even build the world. It basically built 2 cities and some characters. Who, by the way, these characters, on the grand scheme of things, don't matter for the whole world. They don't participate in the Void Wars. They don't even participate in the wars, really. They live in their own little bubble in Zaun and Ionia, and Zaun and Piltover. They don't have massive impact on world events. All of those characters don't have massive impact, right? So it's like, the whole story is kind of like, who cares? Anyways, let's get back to this. You don't want to touch that, buddy. You do not want to get your hand out there.
You're not ready. The black mists are reaching further across the waters every year. I can't let that happen. That is what your father said. I relight the wards and come right back. I must do this.
Who are these people?
For him. Go.
I see Yasuo in lane every day. I don't want to see him anywhere else. But you might not want to, sure. But because you see him in every lane, that means a lot of people want to know more about Yasuo. But a lot of people will be just more interested, right? I get that you hate him, especially as Aurelion Sol main. If I think it's actually the... Who was the Aurelion Sol? Maybe it was Callus, actually. Who was... Wait, am I confusing you two? Who was the Aurelion Sol? Either way, doesn't matter who Aurelion Sol was. But yeah, but it's like, you see him every day means just how popular he is with the player base. So it's like, I think, just missed opportunity. But anyways, I dragged on the Arcane. Yeah, you are. I dragged on the Arcane stuff too long. Like almost every video, I talk about like how much I don't like the Arcane storyline, right? And again, as a show, it's good. Don't fucking flame me and cancel me because I don't like that that they chose that storyline. It's still a good show, but there's so many better ideas that they could have done. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm assuming these are like sentinels, right? Oh,
Hello?
Father.
Father?
No, they can't be sentinels. I mean, they can be, but unlikely. Is this Hecarim? Is this Thresh thing?
Father!
Yep.
All lost so
Definitely a Thresh thing. Yeah, man. Cosmic level stories. Or like just like massive world events, yeah. Even Aurelion Sol story would be the Buru, if I read correctly. From Serpent Isles. Yeah, I can see them being from Serpent Isles, yeah. They remind me of, like, their clothing reminds me of the Zandalari trolls. And there's a lot of serpents in Zandalars. He's gonna lose his sister.
round and round we go.
Where the fuck are you running, bro? Just run back to where you came from, idiot. Uh-oh. 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 Get fucked. That's it. You've been contaminated. You are a soul.
No!
That is the truth of the Isles. Mortals come, lured by hope, and we are always waiting.
That's a nice introduction to the Shadow Isles. The old bound thresh. Oh yeah, the unbound thresh thingy that's going on now. Yeah. As one of the champions I really hate Thresh, I think his story is actually pretty cool. By the way, Shadow Isle story, which is the Viego story, so much more interesting. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real. Like everything is more interesting than Arcane. Oh god.